Hey, it's Mirko Thum again, and in this video I'm gonna show you the core strategies and core tactics of my personal development system. And basically it all begins with your mindset, because your mindset is really the foundation for your success and how you create your life. So what do I mean by mindset? Mindset is really your attitude towards your life, towards yourself. And your mindset consists of different rules and different parts, and we will take a close look at these parts, and I will also show you how you can actually influence and change your mindset, because your mindset is really at your core. It is how you see the world and how you see yourself in it, and what kind of attitude you bring to life. So if you can change your mindset and improve and empower your mindset, then you basically can change your life. And I'm sitting at my desk here, and I will show you a mind map how this idea of the mindset fits into the whole personal development system. So let's take a closer look. So here's the mind map I created, and it's basically done in Mind Manager. There are also other mind mapping softwares like FreeMind, so if you're interested in that. I like mind mapping because it shows complex structures very easily, and you can actually chunk very good, and you can get a very good overview. So if we look at the mind map, you can see that the system is really consists of these 6 parts that we already talked about. That take control, mindset, passion and purpose, vision and goals, power, focus and effective action. And that's the top-down system that we talked in the first video. In this video I'm going to talk about the mindset. So your mindset basically consists of your beliefs and your values, and especially it consists of how you see the world and how you see yourself in it. So the worldview and the self-image are central parts of your mindset. And if you want to create an empowering mindset opposed to a limiting mindset, then you obviously want to make sure that your self-image and how you see yourself in the world is very empowering. And you can go there by having the right beliefs, or looking at if you have some limiting beliefs that would limit your mindset, and therefore everything that you do, everything that you can create in your life, then you want to change these limiting beliefs. And they're basically limiting beliefs and empowering beliefs. And in this video we're going to really identify some of your limiting beliefs. And then we will create empowering beliefs. And I will show you how this works on the whiteboard. Okay, so we said the mindset is really determining how you see yourself, how you see the world, how you see yourself in the world, and all the knowledge, all the beliefs, values and so on, all this is heavily influencing your mindset. And we also said that there's a conscious part and a subconscious part that is residing in your mind, and your mindset is influenced by that. So you probably are familiar with the idea of the tip of the iceberg. So there's an iceberg, right? And there's the water, and everything that is above the water. Here, everything that we have here is really your conscious mind. So your conscious mind means you have direct control over that area. When everything here is your mind, we can say your mindset, then we have this conscious part, but we also have this subconscious part. So below the surface, there's the subconsciousness. And the subconsciousness is more or less working on autopilot. It is something that you learned and you accepted as true, and then maybe you learned it via a habit, you created a habit or a belief, and then it works more or less on autopilot. And that's a good thing, because if you're driving a car, At the beginning it's very difficult because everything is working consciously. You have to shift the gear, you have to look at the traffic and so on. Everything is consciously and you feel kind of overwhelmed. But over time, while you're repeating driving the car and while you're getting better and better of it, doing it, you internalize everything and it goes into your subconscious mind. And then it runs on autopilot. So the same is true with the parts that we already talked about of your mindset. For instance, your beliefs. The beliefs are formed probably very early on, and then they're accepted as truth, as your reality, your picture of your reality. And then they become subconscious. It's also true with your values. And as we talked about, it's true with your worldview, and it's also true with your self-image, and it's also true with a lot of knowledge that you have accumulated. So these are just some parts that are really making up your mindset. And the thing is, all this is heavily influencing everything that you do in life. So in order to get, for instance, in order to see if your beliefs are supporting you or are limiting you, we have to make these beliefs conscious. So we have to go here via thoughts. We use a thought pattern, for instance questioning, and we go from the conscious mind to the subconscious mind and we check on our beliefs, and we come back to the conscious mind and we see, are these beliefs empowering or are they limiting? And if we find a limiting belief, that's what we will do in this video. If we find a limiting belief that is not supporting you in your overall idea of what a good life is, of happiness, success, fulfillment, what we try to reach in this course, then your mindset is compromised by these limiting beliefs. So we try to make them conscious, and then after that we made them conscious, we check, are they limiting? And if so, we will change them. So we will change it, and then we will reinstall a supporting belief. So that is the limiting, and then we have an supporting or empowering belief that we changed and installed back in your subconscious mind. And if you have a mindset consisting of supporting beliefs only, then you really develop a mindset without limits, and that means that it will support you in how you go through life. You won't stand in your way anymore, so you're free to unleash your potential. That's the goal here. So hope that tip of the iceberg model with your conscious and subconscious mind makes sense to you. Now I'm going to show you how we actually can identify and then change a limiting belief. So as we said, in this video I want to uncover a limiting belief that you might have. So we want to take it out of your subconsciousness, make it conscious, evaluate it, and reinstall it as a supporting and changed belief. So again, your mindset has beliefs, and we want to take a limiting belief and create an empowering belief out of that. So how do we do it? So the way we do this is we use our language. Our language can be a very powerful tool because it is able to dig into our subconscious mind and help us to make things conscious again. So I have basically two tactics here. And the first is based on, or what I call, a but exercise. So we use the word but. I will explain in a second how that really works. And the second way we will use now is we do the because exercise. So these are two words, and I show you how this works now. So the first thing I want you to do is think about something that you really would like to have in your life. Maybe it's something in your job, a goal, a dream, a vision that you have in your job, maybe in your private life, maybe for your own development as a person, regarding maybe your mindset. Maybe it's something, it could be anything, your body, maybe you want to be fit, healthy, lose weight, gain weight, whatever it is for you. Something that comes to your mind that is really something that you dream of, maybe for a longer time, that would be best, something that would really make you happy, if you could get there. So first little exercise, think about that. Maybe you want to stop the tape, then resume it. Maybe you want to stop the video, then resume the video, come back to me. Okay, so I hope you have something compelling for you, and the way we will uncover limiting beliefs regarding this dream that you have is tell yourself the dream that you have. For instance, I make up an example. I want to have my ideal weight of 80 kilograms. So I want to have my ideal weight, but, and then you complete the sentence. You fill in the blank. So you take your goal, you say, I want to have your goal, but, and then you complete the sentence. And everything that comes behind the but is pointing you to a potentially limiting belief. Do this little exercise right now. Okay, great. How did it go? Did you really uncover something interesting for you? I bet so. I bet you already found something that could make you thinking, right? Okay, here's the next exercise. Now we use the same procedure and you say, I haven't gotten my goal, I haven't got to my goal yet because. So for my example with my ideal weight, it would be, I haven't reached my ideal weight yet because. And then you fill in the blank again. So this will also uncover potential limiting beliefs. So do this little exercise now again and then resume the video again. Okay, awesome. Very good job. Now you uncovered potentially limiting beliefs with these two very simple but very effective exercises here. You used your language to uncover potentially limiting beliefs. And if you're not yet satisfied, if you think what you just have written down is not very, is not really helpful yet, so then redo this exercise. These two simple exercises can really lead you to limiting beliefs. So if you're not satisfied, stop the video right there. Try to get a little deeper. Try to give yourself a little time. Maybe you do this over and over, 3-4 times. I can guarantee you at the end, you will find something very interesting. So please do this until you're really satisfied with the result. So let's assume you found something very interesting. Maybe you have 2-3 completions of each little exercise, the but because exercise. Now what we do with that is, first we have to evaluate what we have found. We have to ask ourselves, is this really a fundamental truth? Is this a fact? Have you written down a fact? A real fact? Something that you can't change? Or have you written down something that is pointing you to a limiting belief, that is really a limiting belief? Something that you can change if you really try. If you really give your best, you might change it. Now, if that's the case, then you probably have uncovered some very limiting belief within your mindset. Now, what we do now we're gonna change that and we will find a corresponding, supporting and empowering belief for you. So, look at the beliefs that you have written down, the identified beliefs, not the facts that you said, okay, that's just a simple fact. For instance, I have to give you a little example. For instance, if I say, I haven't gotten to my ideal weight yet because, and then I said, because I haven't enough time to exercise. So that's a limiting belief right there, because if I want to, if I have to, I can make time. So that is pointing me to something where I can change my mindset, and I have to make room and I have to find time. So we want to change that limiting belief to an empowering belief. And so what we have to do, you have to take your limiting belief that you have identified by now, and you have to think what would be a much better way of thinking about the whole thing. If you, for instance, if I would say I haven't gotten to my ideal weight because it would be unhealthy, then my corresponding supporting belief would be, for instance, getting to my ideal weight would mean that I'm vibrant with health. I'm totally healthy. So that would be an empowering belief to get to this goal of my ideal weight. And this limiting belief that it would be unhealthy, it's not in my way anymore. So that's what we try to reach. So look at your limiting belief right now and articulate and write down a corresponding supporting belief, something that is empowering you to get to your goal. Do this little exercise right now. Okay, awesome. You now have an empowering and supporting belief that will get you to your goal. Very good. So what you will do now is we have to implement this belief. We have to implement the supporting belief. Remember what we said about the subconscious mind? Your subconscious mind have to accept this this supporting belief now, and by that you override the limiting belief, because you have this corresponding belief. They would be in conflict. Your subconscious mind can only believe and should only believe your supporting belief now. So the way we do this is by affirmations. So we implement this newfound supporting belief simply by the way of overriding it by affirmations. So here's a very good way that I use. When I do exercising, for instance, I go swimming and when I want to implement and change my mindset and implement a new belief, then I usually try to repeat it in my mind when I go swimming. So for instance, I had this empowering belief that said, success is within me. Back then, when I was at my first internet company, I installed that belief into my mindset while I was designing this system. So I was swimming freestyle, and I said to myself, success is within me. Success is within me. And that might look a little silly to you right now, but the point is it really works. And I've proven that to myself. So you have to repeat it by affirmations. Maybe you do a very good and short mantra of your newfound supporting belief, and then you implement this by repeating with emotion, and you believe on it, and you already see the great benefits that you will get from it. So maybe you do exercising, maybe you do something else. It should be something that is a little rhythmic and can repeat itself over and over, and with great energy, emotion, and maybe movement. Maybe you do running, exercising, and so on. You repeat this belief. And then it will get part of your mindset. And that is the magic that is happening, because over time, as soon as your subconscious mind is accepting this new empowering belief, it is part of your mindset, and that will literally change your reality. So it's that powerful. Installing empowering supporting beliefs, removing limiting beliefs, is that powerful. It will change your reality for the better. Okay, so very good. That was the third video now. and we will have one final video, and we'll give you a big overview of what you can expect from my personal development system, everything that is in the system and everything that will give you the great benefit. That was only a little, very tiny exercise that we have in the system as well. So hope you're looking forward for the next video. I do, and I see you there.